Hey guys, Motorcarnut here, and today we're going to be replacing an engine mount on an Audi. Now the models this applies to is an A4 2009 to 2016, the Allroad 2013 to 2015, the A5 2011 to 2000, I'm sorry, not the A5, the Q5 2011 to 2017, and the A5 2010 to 2015, the 2.0 and the 3.2 liter. All right, we're working on a 2012 Audi Q5. All right, and these mounts can fail two ways. There's well, they can rip three ways. Actually, they can rip really bad. They have fluid inside them, hydraulic fluid, and they also have a sensor. All right, and it controls the vibration, makes them softer, makes them harder. If you're shifting aggressively, you want them a little harder. And believe it or not, this can set an engine code. Well, it can set a code inside your vehicle. So let me show you on this car what happened. I actually cleaned it a little bit, but it was leaking. And sometimes you look underneath there, it looks like engine oil, but it's not. In fact, see right here. You can see up in here, I don't know if you can see that little wet spot. You see it has like a little crack, not a crack, but it's a little wet spot. Anyhow, it was leaking down here and it failed. It didn't throw the light on yet, but it did fail. So we have to remove them. Now, it's a little bit, I mean, if you have some tools, you can do it. I'm going to show you what you need. Okay? Give yourself a little bit of motivation. They want to change these out, about $1,500 at the dealership. So that should motivate you to watch my channel and do it. All right, so special tools you're going to need is an M14. This is, that spline drive, triple square, whatever makes you happy to call it. We have an M8. Okay, same thing, triple square. We have a 17 millimeter and a 16 millimeter and a Torx. This is a Torx T20. All right, and a couple of extensions and things like that. First thing you're going to want to do is take off the wheel, okay? The 17 millimeter lugs, you take the wheel off. All right, now you're going to have the splash pan in here, the splash shield, which is this one right here. All right, that's going to have basically these Torx 20 screws and little things like this, little clips like this. You see this? All right, it's going to have this little tab. So with the plastic liner on, they're going to be right here. You see this little tab? So you know what you're doing. It looks like a little nail head. That's where these go. They basically slip on and then move like that. So take them off. You have to put a screwdriver in this little prong, and that little prong right there, and then you just slide it like this and out. All right, it has about 4 or 5 of those, and then the rest are just regular Torx 20s. Okay, and that's how you get that off on both sides. You have to do that. Then you're going to have the splash pan. Same thing. It's going to have. These are a little different. I think these are a Torx, come on, a Torx 30. So you're going to need a little Torx set with you. And to get all those bolts off, that's the underneath pan over here. Okay, and then you're going to be where we're at. Now, obviously you're not going to be doing it on a lift. You're going to do it in a driveway. And Audi wants you to use like an engine brace to hold the brace up. You don't have to do that. What you can do is you can use a jack with a piece of wood and jack stands, and you can lift the engine up enough so you can get each mount. You do one mount at a time, and you could do it that way. All right. If you have the brace, then you can use the brace. That's the way you're supposed to do it, but I'm not doing it that way because a lot of people don't have that brace. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, after we do all of that, we're going to take our M8, all right, and we're going to go underneath here, and over here, it's cold. I think, okay, here we go. And these are 2 M8s. You take them out. They're pretty long bolts like that. You take them out. Over here, I believe that's a 13 millimeter ground. You take the ground off, and there may be a strap here. All right. You just take that off so you can just move this out of the way like this. Like this, so it's out of the way. This has to come off. All right. And on this side, okay, and then you take those 3 off, 1, 2, and 3. All right, and then you take this. It's a 16 millimeter. That's the bracket that holds the electrical connector. You take this nut off, and then I'm gonna do that, and then we'll continue. All right, let me show you what I did. I disconnected this like I said I would. All right, this is that 16 millimeter bolt bracket. You take off the electrical connector, and if this, you just want to move this out of the way. If this is over here, like it connects to the wire harness over here, just take that off because you need a little bit of room to get it out. All right, I took those bolts out, and now what you want to do is you want to jack up the bottom. You can use a piece of wood and jack up make sure the car is on jack stands, okay? And then you jack up the vehicle enough to pretty much take the weight off the mount. That's what you want. Just a little bit, enough to take the weight off. That's exactly what I did. And now we're going to take out over here. We're going to take out in the middle over here. You see this one? That is the M14. Or is it? And then we have the 16 millimeter and 16 millimeter. So first what we want to do is take off the 16 millimeter. That's going to take off this middle bracket. Let me show you. Over here. That's going to take off this metal bracket. Right here. You see the bolts right? That actually, this bracket is what those 16 millimeter bolts screw into. All right, we're going to take them off first. All right, and then you use a little crowbar like this, pry bar, and you just pry it out. All right, and it comes right out. And now we're going to take the final bolt out. Let me see what that was again. It's an M14. We're going to take that center bolt out. All right. And you just take that bolt out like that, and now the mount can come out. All right, and then you just get the mount like that, and it comes right out. Okay. All right, now let's bring this to the bench. And you always compare, even though you think you got the right part, you always compare it before you put it in. You see how this one was leaking? See that? Now, compare them. You see how much down this one is? Like you can stick your finger up there versus this one. And all the rips over here, oh boy. So that's not good. And then what you do is you transfer this bracket to the new one. They give you this little clip, but you probably don't need it. You just take this one right out. But if you do break it, you just put this bracket on the new one. I'll do that now. And always check even inside. See the plug itself, the prongs, and the little guide over here. Just make sure it all looks the same before you put it in. All right, now I'm just going to put it up in there and show you what I'm doing. Now, you may have to lift the vehicle a little bit more, the engine, I'm sorry, to get this new one in because, you know, it's not settled, it's newer, so it may be a little bit more tight. And what I do is put the bolt in one of them, then get like a pry bar and lift this up till you see the hole, right? and then you put the bolt in, not all the way. You just put it enough in there so it doesn't slide down. All right. And now, what I like doing is lifting the engine until that hole lines up, which is pretty much in line right now, and lightly screw that in. Don't cross thread it, just lightly screw it in. All right, then we're going to put the backing plate on again. Now, this black backing plate, Audi wants you to replace it. All right, you don't have to replace it. Okay, where's it going? It'll be fine. You put it back on there. All right, so now we take it and we put the backing plate on. All right, and you put those bolts on, you see on the top, you put those on, you screw them hand tight, then lower the vehicle and screw these hand tight. All right, you don't want to ever cross threads. And then once everything is hand tight, then you can zip all the bolts back down. And then the center bolt, you torque it 90 Newton meters and then another 90 degrees. 90 Newton meters and then 90 degrees, which is like this, like that. That's 90 degrees, okay? These bolts, 65 Newton meters. All right, this one, 35 Newton meters or 40. That's not critical, that's just a bracket. All right, and then after you tighten those, then you lower the car, lower the engine. All right, lower the engine, put all the weight on the engine mount, and then you tighten these. All right, 40 Newton meters, but you can do it until they're nice and tight. All right. And then this bolt over here, the ground, make sure it's nice and tight. And I put a little zip tie here. You don't want no harnesses moving and jiggling around. All right? And basically this takes care of the passenger side, right side of the vehicle. Now we're going to do the left. Okay? This one, what you do is take the compressor plug, this little red clip, you pull it out and press it in and take this one off. And that little wire and harness connected to the bracket, just take that off. Take this plug off. Okay, take these bolts out. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Put a little pressure on the, take a little pressure off the mount. And then we're gonna continue. Then take out your M14. Your 16 millimeters right here. And now we're just going to take that backing plate off. And you just got to wiggle it a little bit to get it out. But they clear. I hope they're clear. They should clear. Yeah, I did many. Here we go. I did many of these. Okay. So let's look at this one. Yeah, this is not as bad as the other side, but you never know. And they want you to replace both, and I agree. You want the same, because one could be more stiff than the other and throw off codes and drive you crazy. So you always put two new ones. Okay, and again, same thing as the other side. You may have to, lift it a little bit higher to get it in because the newer mount is, not squished. And do the same thing. Put the bolts in to hold it level, to hold it in place. And then you put the bracket. And just be careful you don't break the connector on the AC. All right, you just put this in there. All right, and then we're gonna hand tighten all the screws like we did on the other side. And here I wanted to explain to you that there's like a little valve in there that makes it more hard and more soft. And you can hear it clicking. If you have a VW scan tool like I do, you can check these, but you can only check if they're clicking. You can't check if they're leaking. You have to go underneath the car and check that. But listen to this. Come on. No, not that. All right, let me set it up a little better. Let's try this again. Hear it? And that's basically a little valve in there that controls it. Some of them are more sophisticated. Some of them are less sophisticated. So that's basically how that works on a motor mount that's hydraulically filled from Audi. Then you tighten the center bolt, these 2 bolts. Then you let the engine down onto the mount. Then you tighten these 2. Hook up your connectors again. Make sure everything's out of the way. Zip tie it out of the way so it doesn't get caught on anything. Okay, double check your work. Put the bottom splash shield, the 2 for the tire, and you're done. You did both sides. Now, you know, this is not so hard, but the motor mounts, they can be expensive. It depends where you get them. But the labor in this is like $700-800. So if you do it yourself, it's not that hard when you think about how much you're going to save. All right, guys, Motorcarnut, please subscribe, hit that like button. Any questions pertaining to the video, leave them below. I answer all my questions, try to help everybody out. Appreciate all the feedback. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.